Who is the person driving the car?
I see MC, they explain, give the policeman, say no, she's not going anywhere.
No,
who is he?
I said that she's going. Like this.
Explain it to him. Who calls him?
You are trying, don't worry, sorry.
No, you are doing for your level. I know that's what you have to do for your level. Who goes in for she to explain where she want to go? For policeman.
You are good.
What be that?
You are a very good boy. Don't worry.
If you attempt that thing again, the display what I go display for you. And I go feel that. That is an insult. You can see they look at it, they insult her. And you don't know that you don't know who she they lost for here. They will kill you.
And Ned Nwoko finally breaks silence. Guys, this is official statement from Senator Ned Nwoko as he publicly revealed how Regina Daniels' brother, Sammy, destroyed his properties, insulted the security personnel, and almost fought with everybody in his house while he was not around. In his absence, Sammy, Regina, and our friends, they turned his house upside down. Guys, they talk and say there is always a two-side to a story. Make we see wetin Ned Nwoko drop. He revealed a lot of things. Say Regina Daniels need urgent help. With that video when I just watched, now I see why Ned Nwoko really arrest Sammy. So guys, let's get into it. This is coming from Ned Nwoko, his verified Facebook page. This video shows Sammy, Regina's brother, repeatedly coming to my home and harassing my children and domestic staff, especially whenever I was not around. His visits were often aggressive and disruptive. This is someone I sponsored through his last 2 years at the University of Ekpoma. I bought his musical instruments, rented and furnished a flat for him in Abuja. In addition to the house I bought for Regina in Asaba before our marriage, for the use of all of them, I also routinely provided allowances to all members of the family, including our mother, Rita Daniel. Indeed, in the last 2 years, I have a record of transferring 125 million naira to her alone. When Regina started her rehabilitation, there was a clear instruction by the doctors to strictly restrict everybody, especially her enablers, from having access to her. The therapy was arranged after I noticed troubling changes in her behavior linked to her independence of certain illegal substances, including going for 48 hours without sleeping and eating every 2 hours. Unfortunately, Sammy, Destiny, some of their siblings, together with a few of their friends, notably Sonia Uche Mutana, among others, constantly defied those instructions. They would come into the house uninvited, sometimes forcing their way in, and would bring her the same drugs she was being treated for. Instead of helping her recover, they encouraged her addiction and completely frustrated the efforts of the doctors and the therapist working with her. It is important to note that Lawrence, Sammy, his girlfriend, NK, Destiny, Sonia, and others also took the same drugs as Regina. In fact, Lawrence and Sammy were the ones who first introduced and supplied these drugs to her. They were deeply involved in the habit themselves, and rather than helping her get better, they kept drawing her back into the same destructive lifestyle. I do not drink alcohol nor smoke. In fact, I am a vegetarian. So I found these characters and behavior reprehensible and totally unacceptable. Just 4 weeks ago, I woke up around 5 a.m. and realized that Regina was in my room and on the phone. She was clearly high, and she knows that I do not want her in my room in that condition. I asked her to go to her room, and she told me that Sammy's girlfriend was in her room. I was alarmed and angry because that girl should never have been in my house, let alone around Regina, since she is one of the enablers who constantly bring her the substance she is addicted to. I told Regina Daniels that the girl had to leave, and one of my drivers dropped her off. 30 minutes later, Sammy came to my house shouting and demanding that I come down. I come downstairs to face him. He said I had no right to ask his girlfriend to leave my house. He was ranting and threatening, waking up everyone, including the children. I eventually went downstairs, and I had to instruct the security to physically push him out of my compound. The level of audacity was shocking. Without the influence of drugs, could he have been so bold and disrespectful? They did not stop there. On several occasions, they verbally assaulted and intimidated the police officers stationed at the house for security. The officers were simply following instructions to restrict access for the sake of Regina's recovery, but Sammy and his group would insult and threaten them. And wow. Whenever Regina wanted to go out and I was not around, she would become extremely hostile towards the police and domestic staff. She would shout, threaten, and use abusive words, insisting that she must leave the house no matter what. There were at least 2 serious incidents where she left home in the evening and did not return until the next day. The first incident, she returned in the morning around 9 a.m. When I asked where she had been all night, she casually said she was at a nightclub. When I questioned why she would stay out all night, ignoring my calls and refusing to answer my messages, her response was, "You are not my father, so don't ask me where I was." I found out that she was with Cassie, that Cassie was staying in Regina's house in Life Camp. Cassie is the chemist and supplier of the group. I had to go to Life Camp at 6 p.m. to ask her to leave. With her around Regina, the therapy became a joke. On another occasion, on the kids' birthday to be precise, I returned home with the kids because Regina said she would stay with her Nollywood friends for dinner. She didn't return until 5 p.m. the next day. I took so much nonsense just for the sake of the kids. I also knew that Đrügs had to do a lot with it. As to her reasons for continuing with drugs, she will always say, just like her mother, that this is a celebrity lifestyle. They will always mention 2 well-known pop stars. Imagine the pain of a husband trying to help his wife recover, only to have the process sabotaged by her siblings and friends, the very people who should have been supporting her healing. This pattern of behavior made it almost impossible for her to recover. Each time progress was made, they would undo it by smuggling in the same drugs she was fighting to give up. The entire household lived in tension and fear because of their constant harassment, interference, and disregard for boundaries. It will be very interesting to know her reasons for the violent behavior in the house the day that Sammy and other siblings came and attacked my staff and security, taking Regina Daniels away after doing a video which they posted the next day. Why did they do that video? Why did they post it? They simply planned and orchestrated a script all in my absence. Regardless of the fact that my kids were there, they took away many things from my house, including one of my phones, money, and many other items. Everything that happened that day was in my house. In my absence, nobody was beaten, and nobody could have contemplated that. It is blatantly false to say that I sent talks to beat Regina in another house. The video that went viral was filmed entirely in front of my house by Regina's sister and her friend. It was a pure Nollywood scenario in front of my property in my absence. This matter tough, no be small. Let me continue. Sammy should have a life of his own outside of Regina and focus on building his career independently. When his brother Lawrence went to London a couple of years ago to do his master's degree, I personally sponsored him with $70,000 for tuition and upkeep. I sent him abroad partly to help him escape the toxic environment of drugs exposure and bad influence around them at that time. Out of fairness, I offered Sammy the same opportunity, but he declined, insisting he wanted to remain in Nigeria to pursue his music career. Unfortunately, he has since been arrested several times by both the police and the EFCC. His behavior has become increasingly violent and unstable. What he needs now is total rehabilitation and professional guidance. Otherwise, his aggression and self-destructive tendencies will only worsen. My people, this na from Ned Nwoko. Una hear everything when he talk. As I earlier said, there is always a two side to a story. See the video when he still post, take back off in proof, say omo, everything that happened that day happened in his house. Una see how Sammy dey shout, dey insult everybody, even the soldiers, the police, the security personnel that lives in Ned Nwoko's house for the sake of security. How he was shouting and insulting them. So you don't know my sister be Regina Daniels. Like, this is a senator's house, for Christ's sake. Anyway, guys, make una just drop una own opinion from una mind. Let's keep sentiment aside. In as much as what Ned Nwoko did, like if he truly assaulted Regina Daniels by domestic violence, and not support her, na him wife na still pikin, because he reached to born Regina Daniels self like granddaughter. But with what Ned Nwoko just said now, guys, I'm really disappointed in Regina Daniels' mother, because she not fit take care of her children at all. She just exposed those children to drug. They don't turn junkie. No wonder Ned say make a NDLEA carry Regina go do test. And wow, the whole thing just tire me. People when supposed to they protect Regina Daniels, to they help her, now they come they supply and waiting she they take. Regina Daniels on her own say na Ned they inject am o. Nobody can know who they talk true for here, but the whole thing just get as it be. The whole thing really get as it be. Regina should really take it easy. This fame, the money, it really enter into Regina. She was too young. It can't be like say she know her brain, her sense not fit carry the weight, or I don't understand wetin really enter Regina Daniels head when it be say old man like Ned no fit can control him again. My people, not be small thing. I just feel pity for Regina. If what Ned Nwoko said or what he has post out there on his verified Facebook page is true about Regina, then she need to go to rehabilitation center ASAP, as soon as possible. May we just forget whether Ned beat her or not. I believe say this man they try to also help Regina Daniels. Let her just go to a rehab center. Yes, she need rehabilitation. Very, very important, because Sammy is not helping issue. Looking at Sammy in that video, guys, now I know say he's under substance. Like, he's not acting with his correct brain. The way he was talking, the way he was walking, that one don't high. Like how Mama Regina go just born all her children, all just turn junkie. I don't understand. Anyway, Ned Nwoko, that one not still me say me you not release Sammy. Please, sir, he's still your in-law. Forgive him. I beg. When I beg with day, forgive Sammy and release him from a Suleja prison in a Niger State. Now beg with day, sir. Regina Daniels, please take care of yourself. Too much of everything is bad. The whole thing just get as it be. Today, they will pity you. Tomorrow, people will still come for you, because you self, the year word. Small pikin will know the year word. Now you be, now your stubbornness. Now I put you for this one when you did. So may you try to take care of yourself. Very, very important. You are too young for this. This na Baz TV. Hit on the follow button. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And remember to put up the post notification bell. I will see you all on my next upload. Ha! Now, wow, Nollywood.